Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. I'm out beside the Nanaimo Regional General Hospital here on Vancouver Island. But that's sort of what this video is about. You hear that the United States is the #1 country in the world. You know how they're the richest country. They tell you that they are the best at everything. So I thought I'd put it to the test, you know what I mean? Gweilo style, of course, Gweilo style. So because we're sort of immersed in the medical system right now here in Canada, I figured that would be maybe the best place to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to compare the Canadian health system to the American health system, because that just wouldn't be fair to the Americans. Yes, well, let's put it this way. Americans don't get universal health care like the Canadians do. Neither do the Chinese. Chinese don't get universal health care like the Canadians do either. So let's put the Chinese healthcare system and costs against the American healthcare system and costs and services in this video. Okay, well, first off, we've got to look at insurance in the United States, because everybody hears that the insurance in the United States is astronomical. So I checked it out. Yes, I did. I actually prepared a little bit for this video. This is a helicopter landing pad. Well, this is a bus stop. This is a helicopter landing pad for the hospital here in Nanaimo, but that's got nothing to do with this video. On average, it's, I think, $483 per person, and that's the cheapest insurance. If you've got a family, say a family of 3, let's take Captain Apartheid's family for instance, moved to the United States, and a couple of years ago he was whining about paying $900 American dollars a month for the bronze insurance package. Bronze is the cheapest one you can get, and bronze comes with, well, actually it's not $900 anymore, it's $1,152 for a family of 3. So that's considerable. That's out of pocket every single month. Okay, and what does that bronze package get you? Well, the insurance company will pay 60% of your medical bills. You pay 40%. Is there a deductible? Oh, of course there's a deductible. The deductible is just about $8,500 American, and I think the exchange rate is about 6.4. So if you stick the $1,152 times 12, and then you put another $8,500 American on it, for all you Chinese people out there, before insurance will kick in and pay 60% of your medical bills, you're putting out just about 150,000 RMB, over $22,000 before anything kicks in. So that's quite a chunk of change out of your jeans. They do have other packages. They have the bronze, they have the silver, they have the gold, and then they have the platinum. And the higher the premium, the more they'll pay for a percentage of your medical bills, and the lower the deductible is. So I think the platinum is $1,600 and some dollars per month. $1,600 per month. Like that's a lot of money, guys. And that's just for your medical insurance. Why? 62% of all bankruptcies in the United States are due to illness and medical bills. 62%. And you'd think, well, that's those poor bastards that don't have medical insurance. No. 78% of that 62% of bankruptcies, those people are insured. Yes, so 78% of all of the bankruptcies due to medical bills and illness have insurance. It's because the American medical system is super duper expensive. The most expensive in the world. Everything in the medical industry in the States is expensive. And you would think, well, that's because they're the best in the world, right? Wrong again. Okay, no, and I will get into the Chinese stuff in a minute, so bear with me. I just thought that you'd be interested in all of these little tidbits that I've been working on. So What it comes down to is out of the 11 highest income countries in the world, the United States comes in last. Well, way down there too. Like it's like embarrassing. Canada's not, well, is better, but per dollar that they spend, they're not as good as the other 9 countries in this survey, and I think it was done by the Commonwealth Fund. So it's a Western organization that actually comes up with these numbers, bankruptcy numbers too. I think that came from Harvard, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, now let's compare this to the medical system in China. Okay, let's use Wei Feng's dad as an example, because he used to work on the streets, fixing bicycles, no work insurance, no insurance out of his employment. He very poor man, didn't have a lot of cash in his jeans, and I think about 5 years ago, he was paying 125 RMB. So just over $25 a year for medical insurance. That has jumped up over the last 5 years though. This last year I think we paid 368 RMB, so about 70 bucks Canadian or 50 bucks American for an entire year. And that pays, depending on what the medical bill is. If it's in hospital, if he has to go to the hospital, they pay 70%. If it's medicine, pills, whatever, they pay 60%. So you can see the total difference. How many bankruptcies? 648,000 bankruptcies in the United States every year dealing with medical bills and illness. 648,000 per year. In China, 0. In Canada, 0. Great Britain, 0. You know what I mean? Like Norway, Sweden, 0. It's one of those things that the United States says that they are the best country in the world. But do they treat their people properly? Obviously not, if 648,000 of them are going bankrupt every year because of medical bills. Okay, and now let's talk about after you've paid all your deductibles and all your fees up to 22,000 American dollars, or close to 150,000 RMB. Then what happens? Well, and that's a bronze, it gets more expensive. But then after that, you still have to pay 40% of your medical bills. A copay, yes. So insurance pays 60%, you pay 40%. If you had the silver, I think it's 3070, the gold is 2080, and the platinum is 1090. So you're probably wondering, well, how many people actually go without insurance in the United States, and how many people actually go without insurance in China? Well, in China, the amount of people without insurance is very low. It's at this point right now, it's at 3.15% of the population of China has no medical insurance. Why is that? I have no idea. But most of them have, I think over 64% have your basic medical insurance. And that's what I was telling you about Wei Feng's father has, just a basic medical insurance. And this is given by the government of China. Yes, the federal government of China helps with medical bills, and that's just the way it is in China. So, they're basically very close to what we have here in Canada. If they just take that next step, then it would be all free and everybody would be happy. But except for the Americans, because the Americans are still going to be paying through the nose. And I wonder how many Americans don't have medical insurance. And I think that's a big thing, because if you get sick in the United States and you don't have medical insurance, you're pooched. Okay, now think about this. If, say, a CT scan, Wei Feng took a number of CT scans when she was in China. Every 6 months she would take a CT scan. It's just her 6-month post-cancer checkup stuff, and that's the way it is. We would pay 2,500 RMB or $500 for a CT scan. In the United States, you're looking at $25,000, and you're paying 40% of that. Do the math, guys. It's astronomical. It's difficult, even with a bronze medical insurance package in the United States. The dollar amount that you're putting out of your pocket is still way more than the regular person can actually afford. And that's where all of these bankruptcies come into effect. So which system would you rather have? I know, the Canadian system, because our tax dollars pay for our medical insurance, and you go to the doctor, it doesn't cost anything. You go for a CT scan, it doesn't cost anything. You go for a blood test, it doesn't cost anything. In the States, it's a different story. You pay your insurance every month, you pay your deductible, and that's per year. So you're looking at $22,000 per year if you've got somebody that's sick in the family before your insurance kicks in. And then you're still paying 40%. What a kick in the arse that one is, eh? So when you're comparing the Chinese medical system, like Wei Fong did 10 bouts of radiation, and it cost us 17,000 RMB, which is about $3,500. In the United States, that would bankrupt your ass. Right there, that's it, you're done, if you don't have insurance. So you can see why the American people are so angry, because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And if you get sick in the United States and you only have a bronze medical insurance package, well, chances are you're going to go bankrupt. So now you don't have your health and you don't have any money. Well, that's sort of something that it would be hard to live with that on your shoulder year in and year out, because you'd always be worried that one of your family members was going to get sick. Is there times in China where people go to the doctor, they're diagnosed with something, they have insurance, but they can't afford the other, say, 30 or 40%? Definitely, it happens there too. It's one of those things, but because it's not as expensive, as astronomically expensive as the United States medical system, you don't see it as much there as you would in the United States. So all you Americans out there, comment on this one. Have you run into this problem with insurance? And that, my friends, from outside the Nanaimo Regional General Hospital in Nanaimo, only like a block away from my home. Yes, I'm not scared to let people know where I live. That's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Don't forget to resubscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell, and put a couple bucks in the Patreon account. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace out.